legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Deep, long breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel that power of you controlling your breathing. That power that's available to you all the time, wherever you are in life. That power to reconnect to your greatest gift right now, your presence, your being. Your infinitely intelligent being. The same stuff we're all made of. And with that stuff that we're made of, we can control the most powerful supercomputer in the universe. Your mind. But only you can do it. Only you can control your own mind. So let's do that right now, and let's see the future. Today, our time together, let's see ourselves doing the best we can on every single exercise and stretch. For this is not only the gym that we have available to us right now, in this space wherever we are, but it is also the gym of life, where we grow our minds all the time.
In the night I lie and look up at you. When the morning comes I watch you rise. There's a paradise they couldn't capture. That bright infinity inside your eyes.
매일 밤 내게 날아가 또 이런 것도 잊은 채나 웃으며 너를 만나 Never ending forever baby.
어둠이 내게 변했었지. 길어진 그림자 속에서
And the fact that we can't be together
Because
we come from different sides. You are my universe and I just want to put you first. You are my universe and you make my world light up inside. My universe, my universe, my universe.
나를 밝혀주는 건 너란 사랑으로 수놓아진 별 내 우주에 넌 다른 세상을 만들어주는 걸 너는 내 별이자 나의 호주니까 지금 이 시련도 결국엔 잠시니까 너는 언제까지나 지금처럼 밝게만 빛나줘 우리는 나로 따라 이긴 밤을 수놓고
너와 함께 날아가 When I'm without you I'm crazy 자 어서 내 손을 잡아 We are made of each other baby. You are my universe and I just want to put you first. You are
shots on. Left foot to Collins shot is absolutely unbelievable. He has had a stormer against Leicester today. That's one to remember, one to savour. From
Good morning, guys. You know, one of the things that has become really apparent to me when I talk to friends and people and tell them what I'm doing, I'm writing my book, I'm on this path of infinite mind wealth, and I want to try to be on it for myself and help others for the rest of my life and live in service of that. The first thing and the thing that I hear most often people say is it's hard. It's hard. That's what I hear all the time. But I never hear them say it's impossible, because deep down inside, we know it is possible. And so here's the thing I've learned, and I hope this saves you more time than I've put into this, because I've been studying personal growth and development for years, trying to work on controlling my mind. And I'm still on that path each and every day, and I want to openly share with you. The one thing that made all the difference and is still making all the difference for me is you have to believe that you're worth it. You are worth it. Your true worth is your mind wealth, your freedom and happiness. Have a great day, everybody.
I love this topic, this idea. I even wrote it down, that when there's turmoil and chaos around you, you need to be better at managing yourself.
Yes.
And this sort of emotional side of striving. And there have been many years in my life where I have been very, very, very busy, and I've gotten a lot of stuff done, but I have felt one decision away from needing to literally check myself in somewhere, because I was about to break down mentally, emotionally, physically. And for people that, like you and me, that are really interested in achieving and making an impact, you can get yourself so busy and so overworked that you're not present and you're not in control of what you're doing, and you're sure as heck are not enjoying it. And we've already done a lot of training about productivity. And productivity, in my mind, are all the things that you do, right? It's like about getting the important stuff done. And there are lots of things that I know that you know, based on the research, have a demonstrated impact on your ability to focus. Things like getting a better night's sleep, exercising and moving your body every day, removing distractions, having a really empowering morning routine that sets you up in a way that allows your day to end up being focused on the things that you care about for at least an important amount of time. Now, those are all things that if you feel like you're losing control, that you should go back to, because those are the basics: removing distractions, doubling down on your morning routine and how you set your day up so that how your day ends up is something that you're proud of. Exercising and moving your body, even if it's just getting up in the middle of the day and walking around the block for 10 minutes, and sleep. All things that have a huge difference, make a huge difference on productivity. I want to talk about the bigger things. I want to talk about the stuff from a mind, body, spirit level that not only will help you be more productive, which in my mind, being productive means that you are making progress on things that matter. See, to me, productivity isn't about being busy. You're not going to go to your grave and wish that somebody wrote on it, boy, could he or she get through a to-do list? Like, being busy, racing around, getting a ton of unimportant things done, feeling distracted and reactive, that's not the game that you want to play. Being productive, in my mind, means being so focused and confident and in control and connected to yourself that you are able to make progress on the things that matter to you. That you are able to stay focused and confident and connected to your values when the game starts to change, when life gets chaotic. This type of productivity isn't outside of you in terms of the things that you do. It's about building tools within yourself so that you can come back into your own power when life gets tumultuous or chaotic or uncertain, or when the things you've been working on don't work out. We're going to start with a tool and a habit that I call high-fiving your heart. And there's a particular reason why we're going to start with this tool. And I want you to make this a daily habit. And I'm going to explain how you do it. I'm going to explain the science. I'm going to teach you why this is essential for you to be doing every day in order to maintain focus, in order to maintain connection with yourself, and in order to build what I call body confidence. Body confidence is feeling comfortable in your own skin. Body confidence is being able to root yourself and ground yourself in your own body when life tries to hijack you. This has nothing to do with your appearance. This has to do with what it feels like to be you living your life. So high-fiving your heart is very, very simple. And first thing that I'm going to do is explain why you need to do this, okay? The reason why you need to start incorporating a high five to your heart into your day-to-day life is because research from Dr. Judy Willis, who is one of the world's leading neuroscientists. She was with UCLA for a long time, tons of research studies. Her research proves that it is impossible for your brain to effectively focus when your nervous system is on edge. It is impossible, I'm going to say it again, for your brain to effectively focus when your nervous system is on edge. And the reason why you've got to learn how to high five your heart is because it is a science-backed tool that will switch you from a state where what's called your sympathetic nervous system. Your sympathetic nervous system, you have two nervous systems in your body. Your sympathetic nervous system is the nervous system that is activated when you're feeling anxious, when you're on edge, when your heart is racing, when you feel like the next shoe's about to drop, when you watch the news. Psychologists call it a dysregulated nervous system. And the fact of the matter is, I do not need to be a medical doctor to tell you, right now, you have a dysregulated nervous system. It would be impossible for you to have survived the last 18 months and the world that we've been living in and not wake up and feel on edge, and not wake up and feel like something else is about to happen, because something else always is. Are we wearing masks? Or are we not wearing masks? Are the kids going back to school? Or are they not going back to school? Are we going to the office? Or are we not going to the office? Like, everything is changing, which puts your nervous system in a state where it's waiting for something to happen. Now, when you're in that state, it's very hard for you to change behavior. It's very hard for you to learn new things, anything. It's very hard for you to do creative work. It's very hard for you to be productive and focused and calm. And so I'm going to teach you this incredible tool that you can use at any moment when you start to feel the stress level rise. And it could be any moment. You could be texting a friend and you see the 3 dots coming up and you feel the wave. You could have just sent an email and it's a really big pitch and it's somebody you admire and you're like, oh, are they going to write back? And you feel the stress come up. It could be any moment. You could be on a plane and they say, we're going to have an emergency landing, which is a true story in one of these books. And you can feel your nervous system brace. Anytime you feel on edge, you can use the high five to the heart to activate science to get you grounded back in your body and to flip on what's called your parasympathetic nervous system. Your parasympathetic nervous system is your calm and your cool nervous system. And this is the nervous system that you need in order to feel a calm, striving sense of productivity. If you want to feel in control, this is the fastest way to do it. And here's how you do it. We're going to do it together. This is not like something that you're going to observe. We're doing this together. Put your hand on the heart, or I've got big mitts. So I put my hands kind of right here because then it touches my heart. Now, when you put your hands here and press against your chest, what you're going to do is you're going to be stimulating what's called your vagus nerve. When you high five your heart, we're going to do it together, and then I'm going to explain the science of what's happening. First of all, we're going to take a deep breath together. Okay, so here we go. Then you're going to repeat 3 sentences to yourself while you hold your hands against your heart. You're going to say, and I'm going to say it and pause so then you can say it. Here we go. I'm okay. I'm safe. I'm loved.
Son, looking for this one. Good.
Good morning, guys. Today in our top 10 rules for success journey, Robert Kiyosaki shares his 10th rule, which stands out for me, and that is don't save money, hedge it. So what does that mean? So all of us have a tendency to want to save money. We view that, or most of us view that as the path to attaining monetary wealth. He asks us to reverse it. So we have to think of hedging it. What does that mean? That means for him, when he's investing, he puts what he calls a stop loss. So when it gets to a certain point where his asset's not making money, he'll stop it. So I want us to apply this in our life. I view us as human investment machines in the decision making we make. So when you make a decision today, think about the positive return on it. If it doesn't provide any positive return, or there's no hope for it, then don't make that decision. Make a different one. I hope this helps everybody. Have a great day.
Here is a practical technique. The first thing you do, you must know exactly what you want in this world. When you know exactly what you want, make as lifelike a representation as possible. Suppose I wanted a home, but I had no money, but I still know what I want. Without taking anything into consideration, I would make as lifelike a representation of the home that I would like, with all the things in it that I would want. And then, this night, as I would go to bed, I would, in a drowsy, sleepy state, I would imagine that I am actually in such a house. That were I to step off the bed, I would step upon the floor of that house. Were I to leave this room, I would enter the room that is adjacent to my imagined room in that house. And while I am touching the furniture and feeling it to be solidly real, and while I am moving from one room to the other in my imaginary house, I would go sound asleep in that state. And I know that in a way I could not consciously devise, I would realize my house. I have seen it work time and time again. If I wanted promotion in my business, I would ask myself what additional responsibilities would be mine were I to be given this great promotion. And then in my imagination, I would begin to see and touch and do and act as I would outwardly see and touch and act were I in that position.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because in my first business, I struggled to stay afloat. I quit on my business partner, and the thing that kept me motivated, that kept me going, was studying the stories of famous, successful entrepreneurs. And in their stories, it gave me the hope, the drive, the ambition, the thinking that maybe I can do it too, that extra bit of belief. And I still need their stories today, and I'm honored to share them with you here as well. So today, let's learn how you can visualize properly. Enjoy. Rule number 2 is stop being defined by your past with Joe Dispenza.
Meditation, the actual translation of the word meditation, means to become familiar with. So the first thing you have to do is you have to become conscious of your unconscious thoughts. You got to notice your automatic habits and behaviors. And you have to become aware of your emotions that keep you anchored to the past. And if you can become so conscious of the unconscious states of mind and body that they would never slip by your conscious awareness again, you're becoming familiar with the old self so you don't return. Then if you begin to think about new ways of being defined by a vision, plan your behaviors, review them in your mind. Now, if you keep doing that over and over again, nerve cells that fire together wire together. You begin to become familiar with a new state of mind. At the same time, if you can emotionally cultivate your inspiration, your joy, your enthusiasm ahead of the experience, by repeating that over and over again, cultivating that state, it's going to begin to become familiar to you. So then the process of change then requires unlearning and relearning, breaking the habit of the old self, reinventing a new self, pruning synaptic connections, as we say in neuroscience, and sprouting new connections, unmemorizing emotions that are stored in the body. Then here's the key: reconditioning the body to a new mind and to a new emotion. It's literally moving from your past to your future. It's losing your mind and creating a new one. And so then when you begin to understand that in that process, it's going to feel a little bit unfamiliar, uncomfortable. And if you can relax into that, instead of going back to the past, continuously invest in your future, sooner or later, it'll begin to become easier and easier and easier. And all of a sudden, when you least expect it, something amazing is going to happen in your life. And when that event begins to occur, you're going to pay attention to what you did inside of you now to produce the effect outside of you. And that's called human empowerment. And there isn't a person in the world that's excluded from this equation.
Rule number 3 is control your words and thoughts with Louise Hay.
I believe that life is really very simple. What we give out, we get back. And what we believe about ourselves becomes true for us. Our thinking creates our experiences. There is a law of thinking like everything else, like all of nature. There is a universal energy or law of mind or subconscious mind, whatever you want to call it. But to me it means the power that is within me and around me transforms my thoughts into experiences. You see, I believe that we are all responsible for everything in our lives. Every thought we think and every word we speak is creating our experiences, our future. And it's almost as though every time you think a thought or you speak a word, that universal intelligence or energy is listening or responding to to what you are thinking or believing or saying, without judgment or criticism, totally accepting us at our own value. Whatever we choose to believe becomes true for us.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight all of the lessons learned in this video, as well as pull out our 3 favorite learnings and quotes that will inspire you to actually do something. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there.
Rule number 4 is practice manifestation with Eckhart Tolle.
The great
Can this be real? It's like I'm living a dream, but it's how everyone feels. We all unite with one feel. So let's wave our hands. We can sing, we can dance. We are strong, hold on tight. From afar we unite. Here we go, this is the time of our lives. Here we go, this is the time of our lives. This is the time of our lives. Here we go, this is the time of our lives. Here we go, this is the time of our lives. I love this moment right now. No one can take it away. So let it happen anyhow. It's why I cherish each day. So let's wave our hands. We can sing, we can dance. We are strong, hold on tight. From afar we unite.
Here we go.
Here we go, this is the time of our lives. Here we go, this is the time of our lives. Here we go, this is the time of our lives. Here we go, this is the time of our lives. What we see, destiny. Realize now we all know the greatest. Here we go, this is the time of our lives. Here we go, this is the time of our.
Cancelo in towards Haaland! It had to be. It just had to be. Friend or foe, they all come the same.
Good morning, guys. One of the things that I laugh about now when I look back on my path and my journey to personal growth and development is some of the things I was trying to do with the people that I love most, especially my wife, my kids. So when I first read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, and then I read all the other books that helped me realize the power within our minds and how I could use this to help other people, I was excited. And first thing, naturally, we want to help the people around us. But I realize now that there is no way you're going to help anybody unless they want to be helped. So, but it was funny when I look back because I would be sending links, videos, I would be reading, sharing, talking about everything I was reading. And when I look back, you know, the people around me, they didn't care. They didn't think anything of it. For me, it was like I'd cracked the code and realized, wow, we're so powerful. And I want to help share this with everybody, people I love most. But it's not going to happen. Unless people are open-minded and ready for it, it's not going to happen. And now I can laugh at it.
If you want to go somewhere, if you have a goal and want to go somewhere, along this way, you will meet different type of hindrances that we call, that will sometimes make it difficult for you to reach the goal where you would like to go. And to very easily explain it, one way, for example, is if you are too easily being caught by positive emotions that you are relating to, that feels really good now, but it takes you out of your ordinary. So that means you have a goal on the mind, what you want to achieve. You start walking, you start doing your jobs and your obligations, but along this way, you are meeting a distraction, which is giving you a lot of positive emotions. Because you are in that average state of the mind. Now, if it takes you out of the average of being positive, it's very easy for us that we get attached to these type of feelings. So what it ultimately means, you're going to lose track of your goal because you would prefer right now to spend more time with all of these things that give you positive emotion.
Need motivation?
Watch the top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because in my first business, I struggled to stay afloat. I quit on my business partner, and the thing that kept me motivated, that kept me going, was studying the stories of famous, successful entrepreneurs. And in their stories, it gave me the hope, the drive, the ambition, the thinking that maybe I can do it too, that extra bit of belief. And I still need their stories today, and I'm honored to share them with you here as well. So today, let's learn from one of the best, Shi Hung Yi, and my take on his top 10 rules of success. Enjoy.
Positive emotions, for example. Let's take a very nice one. Fame. Yes, you have a goal in the mind, what you want to achieve, but along this way, you feel there is that word of fame. And so what does it mean? It means you are getting the views, you're getting the sight of different people, and now you are encountering something that you haven't planned about it before. But now that you meet it, and now that you feel it, that it's this type of fame that you could get from the people, well, now the question still is if you can stick to your initial plan or not. Or is the fame going to move in front of all of this? And it's not your mission anymore that was important to you, but now suddenly you are replacing your initial goal with something that gave you positive emotions along this way.
Right. So the positive emotion, is that the first thing that could be a hindrance for you?
I definitely think it is something that you need to consider as a human if you walk through this lifetime and want to build something which is out of the ordinary. You are 100% going to meet various positive emotions, and one of them is just that example that I brought right now. But it can also be very simple things that your eyes are catching the attraction too quickly about things that look beautiful, about things around you that taste too great, that smell too good. So that means it's very easy, especially nowadays with all of the advertising being around, to lose your awareness in the outside distractions, let's call it that, like this.
Rule number 2 is set your goals.
This world, I at the same time think, is not there to fulfill your expectations. So it can be you are aligning your mind towards the goal, you are trying your best. It doesn't mean it's going to happen for you. If it happens for you, it was the right time, it was your right decision, it was the right action that you took, and it was your right destiny, or it was the right karma that brought you this, let's say, success. But not everybody it is going to work like this. So once again, things can only happen if you plant them before in the mind. If you never plant them in the mind, if you don't even set this goal, that goal cannot even come. Even if it would come, you would not recognize it. So if it is important for you that you achieve something in this lifetime, I think this achievement needs to have the start in the mind. You need to see that achievement in the mind already, the direction of it at least.
Rule number 3 is get a mentor.
How important is it to have mentors or masters or people that we can learn from and take knowledge from?
Okay. It's impossible to walk this path only by yourself. Forget it. Everyone has the possibility to unlock something very, very special about him or herself. And it's up to your actions. Ultimately, it's you yourself who also is able to unlock it. The only problem is that sometimes you need the key to unlock it. It's not that you cannot do it. The problem is only you don't know how. You don't know where to start. You don't know where to look. And this is why sometimes in this lifetime you are meeting someone that we call a teacher, that we sometimes call a master. And why is it that we then start to follow that master? Because he has the key.
And here we are again. Back to where it all begins. Where it all begins and never ends. That source, that oneness, that consciousness, that awareness. That we know is in all of us. That power to determine, to control our minds. You see, nobody else, nothing else in this universe can do what you do every day. In the gym of life. Only you, human being, only you, infinitely intelligent being, can do the ultimate. Only you can control your mind, your thoughts, and therefore your feelings.